you doing?
Me? What? Nothing. Just looking for something. What the fuck are you doing creeping around?
I'm not. This is my office.
Yeah, well, the thing I was looking for isn't here.
I can't wait to see Gulliver and his terrorists.
It'll be over in 30 seconds.
It's quite exciting, though, isn't it?
You reckon?
Well, you've got to admit, we never have real journalists here.
Vultures.
Sorry, what case have you ever had that compares to this?
You what?
Oh, I suppose there was that thing with a tranny who wanted a baby. Didn't you try and pull her in the pub afterwards?
Some of us actually have got some proper work to do.
More calls for you. The Daily Telegraph and the Independent. Oh, and the Mirror. They all want to talk to you, but I said you were too busy for interviews.
I'm not that busy.
We'll do the Mirror first. He's been on the phone 3 times now. He's got a nice voice. It's brilliant, this, eh? I hope you'll still talk to me when you're famous.
Is that him? Oh, great, I caught you. Has the trial been yet?
This afternoon, why?
She wants to change her statements.
Why?
We've had reporters hanging round our house looking to photograph her.
Oh, that's exciting.
No, it's bloody not. You know what headlines are going to be, don't you?
You're only saying what happened.
I don't know what happened. I said the wrong thing.
You can't retract it now.
Oh, yes, you can. I phoned a solicitor. He said she can withdraw it any time she likes. You won't speak to her at work, you know. First job and she was doing ever so well.
But this is what you said.
I didn't know he was a terrorist.
He's not. He's relying on this.
She don't care. She's not making that statement, and that's that.
Have you seen what happened to the plug on that?
Rather more important things to think about at the moment.
What's happening now? They're going to charge you.
You phoned my wife yet?
She's on her way down.
I hope she come to take me back home with her.
You attended a meeting last month at 16 Blakewood Terrace?
That is my mosque.
Do you recall meeting the same 4 men at your house on April the 3rd?
I do not recall dates, but some friend from my mosque meet at my place. We ran carpool for Eid.
Also present was Yusuf Akram.
Huh?
Yusuf Akram.
Yes, but I do not see what the point is.
Was he there or not?
Well, of course he was there.
Good. Tape stop 10:54.
Is that it?
Till court.
I don't understand. What's the significance?
Well, you know who Yusuf Akram is? The Blackburn bin Laden. That's who's got your chum out, looking for places to plant bombs.
I thought, oh, Lord, I don't want to be a Muslim, but his family would have gone ballistic if he'd married outside the faith. They take that sort of thing serious over there. I was brought up a Christian, like.
But you have to wear a veil.
It's all nonsense, is that? There's nothing in the Quran about wearing veils. I get on really well with his mother and his sisters over in Rabat. We go there twice a year.
I wouldn't like it. You're not allowed out on your own.
I'll tell you this, love. I had a pig of an husband for years. Then my mum got sick and I nursed her. I never got out of the house for more than an hour in a week anyway. We're all in it together over there. And we have a right laugh.
Till you burr it up to your neck in sand with a family shelling rocks at you.
He's an ignorant git, isn't he?
Ignore him, everyone else does.
Glad you could get here. Sorry, I was held up.
She's been ever so kind. Can I see him yet?
They won't let you. He's in court this afternoon. I just wanted to gather some family background.
She's been telling me all about him.
Does he talk much about politics?
He's more interested in his stomach, him. Unless Palestine comes on the telly, then I can't shut him up.
He travel abroad much?
We go to Rabat twice a year.
To see his family?
And when he went to Afghanistan once.
Afghanistan?
Well, last year. He's got an uncle who works in a school out there.
And, this Yusuf Akram, do you know him?
Of course I do.
He ever visit your house?
Oh, yeah, he's round our house all the time. We can't get rid of him.
I see.
I'm a friend of his mum's, you see. I look after him sometimes.
You look after him?
He's a lovely little lad.
How old is he?
10.
How old?
He'll be 11 in January. He's a Capricorn.
I'd like to question whether the piece of meat was indeed steak. There was no label on the item, nor sell-by date. It was merely wrapped in cling film.
Is any of this relevant to the case in hand?
It is illegal to sell perishables without a sell-by date. Section 12, Public Health Act, paragraphs 5 to 9.
Mr. Doyle is charged here with an assault upon Mr. Abdullah.
But the issue is consumer rights.
It is how?
My client previously had food poisoning from items purchased in Mr. Abdullah's shop.
Even if Mr. Dunbar can prove that, does that give the defendant the right to assault Mr. Abdullah?
He was goaded by Mr. Abdullah's insistence on selling illegally packaged meat.
This is rubbish.
It's an important point.
How?
We don't have time for all this.
You mean my client isn't entitled to a defence?
Oh.
Is he simply to be rushed through the system without any chance to speak? He may well appear to your worship to be a mere non-entity, an unkempt, foul-mannered, hateful soul. But is he not still entitled to his day in court?
This defendant's had more than his fair share of those.
If I may draw your attention back to the Health Act, the customer must have means of establishing whether the meat is fit for consumption.
Let me find out for you, sir.
I really don't think we have time to read all this.
Mr. Doyle merely asserted his consumer rights, as he's entitled to do, to Mr. Abdullah, who seems to imagine he can open a shop and take no responsibility for his produce.
Which section did he say? 12, paragraph.
We feel obliged to consult on this point. Court will recess.
You're actually going to do that?
So, this clause, does it actually exist?
Bound to, if you look closely enough.
You didn't stick to fucking script, you plonker.
I can't help it. I'm too good.
You played a blinder in there, mate.
There's an art to making shit shine.
Yeah, we should try passing it on to Gulliver.
I have. Waste of time. His mind's on higher things.
Gulliver's on in a minute.
So, you see him? He offered me 8 to 1 against him winning.
Worth a plunge?
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Can't get that bastard off free. Anything can happen.
You're on the terrorism case.
I just heard.
Have you read the disclosure yet?
Not had time. To be honest, I don't think I'll bother. He's going to Crown, no bail, end of story.
Hope if you lose, we're still on for tonight.
If I lose this, I'll show up naked.
That I promise.
You bet.
As you've heard, the prosecution's suggestion that Mr. Malouk has a link to terrorists is solely based upon their claim that his home is sometimes visited by Yusuf Akram, a notorious Islamicist agitator.
Yes.
Mr. Akram is indeed a frequent visitor to my client's house. He's in court today. In fact, he's sitting over there. He lives a few streets away from the defendant's family. This is his birth certificate.
Doesn't matter. I just need to buy some WhatsApp. The main thing is not to be allowed to play.
My client has never met, nor would ever wish to meet, the other Yusuf Akram. The prosecution's entire case is based on mistaken identity.
Yes, that seems to be the case.
My client is a respectable citizen with a business to run. He must be allowed to remain free until he has the chance to finally clear his name of these ludicrous charges.
Sir, the Crown strenuously wishes to oppose bail. The defendant is a danger to public safety.
We've heard very little today to support that view.
Sir, there is further evidence detailing connections between Mr. Malouk and terrorist groups, which the Crown is unable to bring before the court.
Why?
It's subject to public interest immunity under the Anti-Terrorism Act.
It may help us if we had some indication of the nature of this evidence.
Sir, to reveal any more details would endanger the personal safety of their source.
This isn't fair.
The issue of public safety is not one I can take lightly. Bail is refused.
My client has never been inside a prison before.
Take the prisoner down, please.
The only evidence presented has been shown to be false. How can we have any more confidence in their secret evidence? The prosecution have quite simply trampled all over the rights of this court.
All rise.
We can't throw a man in prison without offering any proof he's guilty. That's how a police state works.
Give up. It's over.
Good try. That was very impressive. Great stroke with the kid.
Do you realise what we've just witnessed in there? Whatever side we're on, we've studied law, spent years over our books, memorising chapter and verse, and it's all been tossed out the window on the say-so of two goons.
It's a tough one to lose.
You just don't get it, do you? An innocent man has been sent to prison.
We don't know he's innocent. You never do in this job. La Belle Fourchette at 8. Don't be late.
I know the place. The food makes me sick.
Don't be a bad loser.
It's nothing to do with losing. To tell you the truth, I'd rather have a bag of cold chips.